Good morning. It is the morning after Christmas Day, and I thought I should just put into words what I've been thinking over the past couple of hours. I'll leave that for the end. And it's thinking of alternatives to our situations in order to acquire more finances, firstly, for myself. I think, I looked for car keys in the room of my PMLs while these impersonating SMLs are downstairs. They didn't do anything, and I figured they're probably in a safe in the closet, which they cannot access the second keys for either car. I haven't attempted to ask them if I could use a car and just go. Today it's thinking I want to get my eyebrows threaded, curved, and then Zico will be there maybe or maybe not, trying to make my this person in the position of my mom downstairs, whoever they are, say no. And then bring it to a situation where we all go together to the place where I get my eyebrows threaded, and they sit in the waiting area watching me applying pressure and making me feel embarrassed, and then oh my god, I can't take it is what you want, right? I don't know why you have these stupid ideas, because this is what you would go through yourself and you want to put somebody else through it. I don't know why you think I'd act like that. Your ideas are always so immature and childish when it comes to attacks. Putting someone through like a situation like they were a kid, just like you. But okay, have to be driving around without a driver's license. I only have an ID, government ID from the DMV, which I was given after my purse was stolen with my driver's license. And then the idea is, if it's no when it comes to driving any car, I do not have transportation to commute to work. If I were to want to search for a job, let's say in marketing, firstly, they say that it is at headquarters when it is corporate. And then if I were to try to look for a marketing job on the net and go to interviews, they would have to start staffing people who would be continuously there, as in the same people every day, and then they have to find places to for them to live, don't they? And they're all going to be moving down here for the sake of me having my own job. But firstly, I cannot get there. I do not have a car that I can drive. Then I thought about other FP situations, thinking from the top 10% of the captains, right? I'm thinking, if you have a car, you probably don't have enough money for gas, insurance, and the lifestyle of someone who has a job where they need to commute. You're going to be eating baon, like something of a sack lunch or Tupperware, put in every day. You're going to be scrounging. You don't have the lifestyle for that kind of a job. When you're being strangled is the idea, just like me, right? You cannot work for Uber or Lyft unless you have a car already. You'll be paying rent for it or something, and you won't be making much. Looking kind of like what? Just the same as a hourly wage job, providing you with the same amount that you're probably getting from your SMLs currently in the form of restitution every day, right? It's not enough for the motivation to be on the path of a career in a field, is it? Thinking also, just for the time being until your PML situation clears, what about waiting for it? Where is it going to be, at work? That's a good one. Here to my 3 o'clock is emerged Miss Lagarde, who also said they're not supposed to be working. They're supposed to be integrating and blah blah. Well, ma'am, all thanks to you. Thank of to the you. And oh yeah, my name is not Jep anymore, but I can't change it either because I don't have the money for it. I think this will all. I think all of these variables which I have covered will sit us all down and staring out at our windows at what we call now again has come back the vocabulary to me, a graveyard. We just have traveling dead people who know how to connect their objectives to each other and maintain an oppressive situation on us, right? Aren't I recently including everyone on the planet when you consider all of our situations involve us wanting to move forward in them, in our own situations, and it involves the continuing of formalization on our planet? That is the logic when it comes to, if we think back to corporate again, they don't think of hiring positives maybe currently, because what did we see over the past couple months? Positive movement, yes. New concepts, seeing them in commercials, but a lot of oft commanders represented by Vera showing me their movements and that what? The situation of commanders. Is there something holding you back in your own situations as actual commanders? The job market is still leaning towards negatives and people who were oft and negative residents. Applying the positive concepts in their situations, do I need to go on to the indicators that are doubling now? Because I think that corporate wants to, maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, corporate was laying off of the negative angles, which would connect to me in their commercials, but SMLs would come in and throw them over the commercials. They're from the same corporations without their consent, right? And then they had to eventually, you would hear this dialogue, they would have to eventually cooperate with the negative activities, and then it's like dissing you. And I don't want to believe that the whole planet, its residents, thinks of me in this fashion, going back and forth in their mind, in the back of their minds, and then letting it spill in commercials when I'm supposed to be thinking. Don't I have to monitor every time? But isn't it always SMLs when you're watching TV? Yes, as of recent. But I need indicators actually of what is going on in the minds of corporate on our planet, and I cannot because of it, right? At the same time, per our situations currently, yes, it is in terms of temporary, because as soon as the PML situation moves forward, we have to relocate and integrate and go back to formalization. But what? We can't even do that because we're so strangled, and we need to be watching for the event. Who's going to give you a phone call if it needs to happen in your face? Because if it's happened out there, out of view, the police didn't come to you and finish the job, right? Give you a phone call, the government. No, it has to happen in front of you, and then you have to call them, is what it is, just like my situation. And again, it's a graveyard. More angles about it being a graveyard? What else could there be? I don't know. They seem to be, you call them dead, but they're still moving just the same as alive people, albeit with switch-ins and looking stupid and savage and connecting to the same people on these planets as if there were also phases, right? These dead people go into phases in terms of who they connect to and who they ask for help. Who they ask for help in the situations in invading our planet and attacking us and keeping us stagnant when we are the only planet formalizing currently, and we are supposed to be excelling beyond the situations that we have, and we have had them for too long. You look at the dynamic and what? Maybe we'll go to the idea that our lives are still better than yours. That is also true. Are you feeling oppressed by our existence? Just the same when I think about you out there. But what? You are attacking us. We are not attacking you. We are defending ourselves in retaliation and trying to get rid of you because you have not proven to us that you can do anything for our situations in terms of moving them forward in the ways that would include you are indebted to us for attacking us and piling up all of this restitution, which is CLA. And you are ignoring all of that. You are ignoring reality and using us like your playthings. You know, I'm not your party toy. You could fuck off. Just reminding you that our career situations, in order to acquire finances to continue on with our own objectives in terms of formalization, cannot be achieved because of you also.